I've heard you say that adult relationships are a litmus test of our emotional development, that they're a moment where your past catches up with your present. How so? How is that the case?
So the way we love as adults always bears the imprint of the way which we were loved and we loved as children. And that hugely restricts how we're able to behave and explains the very peculiar, often nonsensical, often counterproductive ways in which we love. We're not free to love just anyone. And this, I'm sure you'll have had this in your life, met people, etc., who will say things like, I seem to have ended up with quite a difficult person for me. They're quite challenging for me. Why can't I go and love somebody else? Why am I so in love with this person who's quite challenging? And often it's because what's challenging sits on the very area that was challenging in your past. And that's what makes them attractive. Now, before we want to jump off a cliff at the pessimism involved, let's be a little optimistic here. In a good relationship, we are drawn towards people who, yes, carry some of the puzzles, some of the knots, some of the challenges of a parental figure or figure of a caregiver. But they hold out the promise of a different ending. So whereas in the relationship with parent or caregiver, it ended up with shouting and you stormed out of the house and you're no longer in touch with them. Imagine the joy, imagine the sense of triumph over sort of adversity and human non-communication if you are together as a couple able to move towards understanding and mutual growth. I think that explains why people hang in there with people who you might think, we're talking about attachment theory, an anxious person who teams up with an avoidant one. You might want to go, why? Why are you with this avoidant person? And look at this other, I'm going to present you with a perfectly securely attached person. And you go, oh, they're a bit boring. Don't really want them. You think, why? What's going on? Is this pure perversion? Let's be generous towards that impulse. They're trying to find a different ending to probably a very painful early situation. And to be able to do that, to be able to grow together is literally, I think, one of the most exciting and lovely things. It's rare, which is why successful love is rare. But to grow together away from your early attachment wounds powers a lot of the ambition of love.